Morning, Sarge.
Morning, Mum. You got the message then?
Did. Finished at 12 last night.
Evening out.
School concert, my son's.
Go all right?
You like that sort of thing? Only that note on my doormat rather spoilt my evening.
I bet. Late turn CID contacted all your witnesses for you.
Oh, thank goodness for that.
With one exception.
John Henderson.
That's right. Know where to find him.
The only one who does. He's the one Harry Brewster duffed up.
And he's got guts enough to stand up in court and say so.
Well, there are still some heroes left, even these days. Still, I've got him in hiding until he's needed. Got any idea where the DCI's tied up at the moment?
I don't know. But I wouldn't be surprised if he's expecting a visit from you.
Wouldn't you?
Hard luck.
You can say that again.
Still, be a nice restful day for you, hanging about in court.
Come.
Yes.
Pull up a chair. It's hard luck, Maggie.
Oh, that's what they're all saying.
Well, we don't run the courts, do we?
Oh, yes, but today of all days.
Yeah, I know.
Two cases brought forward that I expected to give evidence in tomorrow, not today.
Happens.
Oh, it might happen, but I don't have to like it. You know, sir, I might still make it.
For the briefing?
Yes, I'm sure I could.
You can't be. Not when you're in court.
Well, as sure as I can be of anything.
All right, convince me.
Bert Prenagast on first, right? Well, he'll plead.
Make history if he does.
So he's got to, hasn't he? If he's got any sense. Remember? We caught him backing his car out of the garage ready to go off for the weekend, and the boot was crammed full of gear from his last break-in, and it wasn't even his car.
So he's up on 2 counts, receiving and nicking the car.
Yes.
Right. Nicking the car, he might plead, but the gear, no way. I'm terribly sorry, Your Honor. I admit I knocked off the car, but how was I to know there was all this gear in the boot?
Yes, but they'd put their luggage on top of it. Him and his girlfriend. She didn't want anything in the back seat in case it crushed her mink.
Yeah, well, he might find it a bit difficult talking his way out of that one. All right, you've convinced me.
Thanks, sir.
Of the possibility that you might get an early finish with Prenagast. Now, what about Brewster?
I should be out of the box about an hour after that starts.
And released?
Why not?
Well, that all depends on counsel.
Counsel is Simon Fox.
So?
I can flutter my eyelashes at him.
We talk about equality of the sexes.
To be here for that briefing, sir, I'd do anything.
Do you want me to tell Simon that?
It's still at 11:30, right?
On the dot.
I'll be here.
Maybe.
So you know what I went through for that art job?
I know.
It's mine.
No such word, Maggie. Not round here. You know that.
I got the tip-off from my own sources. I tracked down every one of those villains. I even found out where they were warehousing the stuff.
Yes, I know.
It'd be Bob Croft, wouldn't it? I mean, he'd take over if I couldn't make it.
It all depends upon availability. Now, you know that.
Oh, Bob Croft would make himself available, even if he has to murder the commissioner.
We've got to cover ourselves. Now, if you're not here, in this office, 11:30...
Would the world come to an end if I was 5 minutes late?
I can stretch it a bit. I know what it means to you, but not too far.
Thanks, sir.
I'm not promising anything.
No, I see that.
Maggie, one thing. Now, I know this art job could mean a lot of kudos for you, but if your evidence puts H. Brewster behind bars before he murders someone, you could earn yourself a medal.
I'll remember that.
Oh, Croft there? Put him on, would you?
Oh, thanks, Tony, for God's sake. No, do go. Mr. Henderson, Maggie Forbes. Look, Miss Henderson, I'm afraid that your case has been brought on a day early. Yes, well, it does sometimes happen with the court. Somebody decides to plead guilty after all, and everything else is moved forward. Look, I have a car on the way to pick you up. Can you be ready in time? No, believe me, Miss Henderson, you've got nothing to worry about. No, he can't touch you in court. Well, after today, he'll be put away for years. Yes, of course, I'm sure. Once the jury's heard your evidence. Yes. Thank you, Mr. Henderson. I'll see you in court.
That, I take it, was Harry Brewster's victim.
Yeah, he's a very frightened one. Still, after today, all his worries will be over. You've heard, then, that I'm joining you in court today.
I heard.
Still, shouldn't take long. Both mine are open and shut cases.
So's mine.
You brought something to read?
A beauty. A corpse on every page so far.
Well, that should kill some time.
Ooh. When I'm sitting in the local pub waiting to be called on.
You should hang around in court if you can bear it, Tony. You pick out some interesting stuff that way.
You think so?
Well, my dad does. He said it's better than the cinema and cheaper.
Be there today, will he?
Oh, yes, he'll be there. He says he'll hear my party piece, but if I know Dad, he'll suss out some nice juicy rape or indecent assault in another court, and he'll be out of the door before I'm out of the box.
Isn't it a waste of time?
Still working on that payroll job?
Yeah. And one day, like today, could make all the difference.
Join the club.
Why don't they plead guilty and get it over with?
Who?
All of them. Brewster, Bert Prenagast, that young tearaway in my case who robbed that old woman. Guilty as hell, a lot of them. It's a farce.
You're forgetting something, aren't you? Everyone is innocent until they're proved guilty.
They wouldn't be in the dock if they weren't guilty.
Yeah, we have still got to prove it.
You're not going over there now, are you?
Flutter my eyelashes.
Hey?
Nothing. Coming?
Not before I have to.
So just tell him to hold it till I get there, okay, Jim? Thanks. Has Prenagast agreed to plead?
On the brink, Johnson thinks.
Oh, please God.
Big case, is it? Did you want to get away from?
Couldn't be bigger. Remember the Giorgione painting stolen from the Weinstein collection?
You haven't recovered it.
We will, this afternoon. Swoop starts at 12:30.
Well, congratulations.
Thanks.
Who'll take over the case if you don't get away?
Bob Croft, probably. Give his eye teeth for it.
I can imagine. When's the briefing?
11:30. I've asked Russell to hold it for me. Simon, you won't need me for long, will you? In the Brewster case?
Seen the victim lately?
What's left of him?
Brewster's counsel won't push him too hard. If he has any sense.
How long do you think he'll be in the witness box?
About half an hour?
I go in next. So, if Bert Prenagast pleads 5 minutes, half an hour before I'm called in Brewster. Simon, you won't need me for long, will you?
Have you out of the box in 10 minutes?
And released?
Well, I can't see why not. It's only evidence of arrest, isn't it?
Promise?
For you, anything.
Am I late?
It's a nice time.
Oh, you wouldn't believe the traffic.
Get your breath. Your case isn't first, anyway.
Oh, thank God for that.
Yeah. How long do you reckon you'll be?
Oh, about an hour, I should think. Bert Prenagast might plead.
Oh, Bert, never.
Hard case, is it?
He always gives them a run for their money.
Our money.
You're right there.
You lost me.
British taxpayer, Dad. He's on legal aid again.
I don't believe it. Bert'll never plead.
Oh, he will this time if he's got any sense. I licked him myself. I was just going off duty, out to dinner as it happened, and I got a tip-off.
Ma'am, who do I see about my evidence?
Oh, you're in luck. It's Simon. He's looking after both of us. So you're in good hands.
Both of us? What, 2 cases on the same day?
Yes. I'm hoping Brewster's case will go before lunch.
All right if I get a cup of tea?
I'll see you later.
Do you mean Harry Brewster might change his plea at the end of the prosecution case?
When he sees the prime witness, yes.
Who's his counsel?
A man called Ryan. Haven't come up against him before.
Well, what does he say? I mean, about changing the plea?
Just, I'll see.
Oh.
Yeah, we'll have the judge with us, though. It's old Ransom. He always gets through the list like a dose of salt.
You'll be through in about an hour, then. Good.
Why?
Sussed out a beauty upstairs. Indecent assault.
Well, it's hardly worth coming down here, then, is it?
Oh, well, may as well listen to your piece as well. Don't start at 11:30.
Thanks, Dad.
What happened to the dinner?
What dinner?
The one you were going out to when you got the tip-off. Did he wait for you?
No.
No, they never do understand, do they?
They?
Outsiders.
No.
We must get together sometime. Swap hard luck stories.
Yes, let's.
Dinner?
If you'll risk being stood up.
Oh, I think so.
And, of course, as long as we're not on the same case at the time.
Yes, the defense could make quite something out of that, couldn't it?
Influencing a witness.
Collusion.
At least.
Well, if there ever is a time when we aren't...
And we both happen to be off duty at the time.
Yeah. Look, what about...
Prenagast, please.
Albert Prenagast, you stand charged on this indictment on 2 counts.
Oi!
Silence. If it please Your Honour. If it please Your Honour, if I may crave a moment.
Can you give me any idea of just how many moments, Mr. Johnson?
I really could not say, I'm afraid, Your Honour. If I may crave, perhaps, a short adjournment?
We have a very heavy list, Mr. Johnson. I think we should proceed with the next case.
As Your Honour pleases.
If, however, a convenient moment arises later.
I'm very much obliged, Your Honour.
Hard luck.
Well, I might still make it.
Harold Brewster, you stand charged on this indictment with causing grievous bodily harm with intent, contrary to Section 18 of the Offences Against the Person Act 1861. And the particulars of that offence are that you did, on the 27th day of September 1979, in the Spread Eagle public house, unlawfully and maliciously wound Robert Henderson with intent to do him some grievous bodily harm. How say you, guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty.
The bugger asked for it, so I let him have it. I didn't mean to hurt him. It was self-defence. You can't hold me on self-defence, so can I go now?
Did Mr. Brewster read the statement?
He did.
And did he write the certificate at the end?
Yes, it's in his own handwriting. It reads as follows. I have been shown the above statement. I've been told I can correct, alter, or add anything I wish. This statement is true. I have made it of my own free will. It was duly signed by Mr. Brewster.
Thank you, Detective Inspector.
Just one moment, Inspector. There was just one point about your evidence that struck me. The time.
I'm sorry.
The defendant commenced making this statement at 4:23 a.m. and concluded it at 4:26.
That's right.
In 3 minutes?
Yes.
But of course the actual interview lasted considerably longer than that.
Yes.
That commenced at 2:19 a.m.
Yes.
And the incident, the affray in the public house during which the alleged wounding took place, occurred at about 10 minutes past 11 the night before.
Yes.
So, 3 hours had elapsed from the time of the alleged offence before the defendant was brought to the police station.
Yes.
Of course, you're well used to working at that hour of the night, aren't you, Inspector?
Yes.
More used to it than most of us, I should imagine. And a young, healthy, and if I may say so, very attractive woman like yourself probably wakes each morning alert, refreshed. Whereas most of us are hardly likely to be at our best at that hour, are we? Are we?
I'm sorry. I hadn't realized it was meant to be a question.
I prefer not to answer it. I'll not press it.
Perhaps you would like to rephrase your question, Mr. Rao.
My point, Your Honour, is quite simply that my client, like many of us, is hardly at his best at 2 o'clock in the morning.
It is a fairly self-evident point, Mr. Rao.
I'm obliged to Your Honour. So, having denied the charge for 2 hours, my client suddenly capitulated and signed a confession.
That's right.
At 4:23 a.m. At 4:10 a.m., the accused was offered and accepted a cup of tea. A cup of tea. Why did you offer my client a cup of tea, Inspector?
Because I was having one.
Ah. Your statement doesn't mention that. What exactly was said?
If I remember correctly, I think I said, would you like a cuppa?
And he accepted it?
Yes.
Was this before or after he'd requested the cigarette?
Cigarette?
Ah. There appears to be no reference to this incident in your statement, Inspector.
What incident?
My client distinctly remembers asking for a cigarette during the interview and being given one just before he was about to make his statement.
He may have done.
May have done.
I don't remember.
Of course you don't. Why on earth should you? After all, no one can be expected to remember a thing like that after all this time, can they? Unless, of course, they have a particular reason for remembering every moment of that interview, as my client has.
It was a very long time.
But then, of course, that's the whole point of taking notes, isn't it, Inspector? At the time, when the incident is fresh in the memory.
We don't have to...
Your statement is not accurate, is it?
We do not have to record giving a cigarette. Only refreshments. It's a very trivial point.
To you, perhaps. Not to my client. Not at that hour of the morning? To a heavy smoker? And certainly not in those circumstances. Dragged out of bed down to the station, forced to leave his wife...
No force was used.
No. Of course not, Inspector. We all know that sort of thing doesn't happen in our police stations, does it? The rubber hoses, the knocking about.
No.
Of course, there are degrees.
If your client has any complaints to make, I suggest he makes them through the proper channels so they can be properly investigated.
But there are other ways of killing a cat than drowning it in cream, aren't there? Aren't there?
I'm sorry.
Would you like me to repeat the question again?
I didn't realize it was meant to be a question. Again.
I see. Did you offer my client a cream cake with that cup of tea and cigarette?
I'm afraid we don't run a luxury service.
No, I'm sure you don't. Particularly at that hour of the morning. Still, it must have been a very welcome cuppa. After all, he'd been woken up, dragged out of his bed, brought...
No force was used.
No, we've already established that, haven't we? And we've also established that there are other ways of... shall we say, persuading someone to do what we want them to do.
We haven't established anything of the sort.
I do beg your pardon. I thought we had. Perhaps the shorthand writer could read back the passage in question.
No, that won't be necessary. I remember the passage in question very well. You were talking about cats and cream. We haven't established that either has any connection with this case.
I think it's for his honor and the jury to say what has a connection with this case. However, if you would prefer, again, that I did not pursue that point, of course I won't. Let's return to your very trivial point about the cigarette. Of course, a man in the defendant's position at that hour of the morning is very vulnerable, isn't he? Even something as trivial as a cigarette can assume great importance at that hour. He'd sell his soul for a cigarette, anything.
I doubt it.
No, there are other things which would be even more important, aren't there? Chance to see his wife, perhaps, who's waiting at home, sick with worry. But of course, that's not possible, is it? There are no visiting hours when you're interviewing a suspect. A cigarette is a poor substitute, perhaps, but very welcome.
Mr. Ryle.
Your Honor.
You have already established, I think, that a cigarette can be very welcome to a heavy smoker.
I'm obliged to Your Honor. I'm delighted my point is established. Inspector, if...
Yes.
Oh, I do apologize. I realize you have pressing business elsewhere, but I'm sure you'll appreciate this is also very pressing for my client. A man who's been coerced into signing a confession to a very serious crime.
That's not true.
I'm sorry.
He wasn't coerced into signing anything.
Oh, very well, if you prefer it. Bribed, a man who's been...
Bribed?
You very distinctly
With
say...
a cigarette?
We can't even be sure that it was just a cigarette, can we? You've already admitted one error in your statement. There could well be others. You could have offered him anything for all we know. A cup of coffee,
It's not a
even,
question of... He won't touch our coffee. He says it always tastes like...
Your Honor, a purely legal point.
Yes, Mr. Ryan. Members of the jury, a purely legal point has arisen, and I must ask you to withdraw to the jury room for a moment while counsel address me. On a purely legal point.
Chops and tomato sauce, members of the jury. Chops and tomato sauce.
I suppose you think that's funny.
That's Mr. Pickwick, love. You won't go far in this business without coming across Mr. Pickwick.
Why don't you go over and tell him about Mr. Pickwick? Maybe he'd appreciate it.
Well, you can't win them all, Maggie.
Yes, but to let him off just because I was
I still don't get it,
enough.
just because she said that about the coffee.
He'd been down to the station before, hadn't he? So he'd got form, see? And once the jury knows that...
But he hasn't got any form. No one would testify against him before.
No, he's been sussed. That's all Ryan needed. If he hadn't pulled this off, it'd have been on to police harassment. Have to hand it to him.
Oh, I'd like to hand it to him. I'd like to... That jumped-up smart aleck ever happens to be on a pedestrian crossing as I drive up, so help me.
Nice to have met you, Inspector. Sorry about that.
I'd arrange protection for Henderson if I were you.
Thanks, sir.
Another moment?
If it please your honour.
I think not, Mr. Johnson.
As it please your honour.
Should another convenient moment arrive,
I'm much obliged, your honour.
I'll get on with Roberts now.
There goes your briefing.
Well, I might still make the swoop if Russell will hold that for me. Yes, sir, I know. I couldn't be more sorry. Look, sir, I'm sure that I'll be away by 1 if you could hold it until then.
I swear, by Almighty God, that the evidence I shall give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Your name is Bertha Hennessy?
Yes.
And you live at 27 Mimosa Gardens, East 17?
Yes.
Could you keep your voice up a little, Mrs. Hennessy? All these people, you see, have to hear everything you say.
Mrs. Hennessy,
Yes.
if you would like to sit down, please do so. At any time.
Thank you, your worship.
Not at all.
Do you live in a house, Mrs. Hennessy, or a flat?
Flat. Council.
Do you live alone?
Yes.
You're a widow.
Yes, 10 years now.
Have you any children?
Well, there's Michael and Susan, but they've gone now.
Gone?
Got married.
So you live there alone?
That's right.
You will remember to keep your voice up, won't you?
I'm sorry. I said that's right.
Now, Mrs. Hennessy, have you ever heard of a company called the We Treat You Right electrical company?
I bought the dryer there, didn't I?
The tumble dryer?
Yes.
I see.
I don't like going round to the laundromat, you see.
I see.
I mean,
Now-
all them people, you never know where their things have been, do you? I know they say they change the water every time, but you can't be sure, can you? I mean, there's no guarantee, is there?
About the tumble dryer, Mrs.
I've got this little twin tub, see? It's old, but it works a treat. Only it don't get things dry, really, just damp. I used to hang 'em out over the bath, but it got a bit hard with me arthritis. So my Michael says to me, Mummy says it's about time you had a proper dryer, make things easier for you.
Yeah.
So he give me the money. He's doing very well. He got a promotion.
Yeah,
and-
Mrs. Hennessy,
yes?
you told us you bought the tumble dryer at
It's a new place, you see, this shop. Only opened recently. Hasn't been there.
Well, when you say you bought it, I don't suppose you were going to carry it home.
Well, they were going to deliver it, weren't they?
So, you went to the shop, and you chose the one you wanted. Is that right?
Yes.
Do you remember how much it cost?
Oh, a lot. A lot of money, nearly 80 quid.
Was it £77.45p?
About that.
Yes, we will be hearing from the manager of the store, Your Honor. So, what arrangement did you make with the shop about paying for it?
Well, COD, didn't I?
That's cash on delivery.
That's right.
And was it delivered, Mrs. Hennessy?
Yes.
Right. Now, what time did he bring it?
Who?
I'm sorry, I'll rephrase the question. What time did the tumble dryer arrive?
Well, it was after lunch, wasn't it? I know, because...
Now, who brought the tumble dryer, Mrs. Hennessy? Who brought the tumble dryer?
Bertha.
I beg your pardon?
Everybody calls me Bertha.
Very well, Bertha. Who brought the tumble dryer?
Well, the young man, didn't he?
Did you know his name?
No.
Do you see him in court now?
Yes.
I'm sorry?
Yes, I do.
Where?
Over there.
I think the witness did indicate the defendant, Your Honor.
I think so too, Mr. Fox.
You mean the young man sitting over there, Mrs. Hennessy? Bertha?
I'm sorry.
I beg your pardon?
Calling you, Your Worship. I didn't understand. I get a bit confused.
That's quite all right, Mrs. Hennessy.
I've never been in one of these places before, you see.
It's quite all right, Bertha. We all understand.
Bit confused.
Yes. But you're not confused about who delivered the tumble dryer, are you?
No. It was him.
The defendant, the young man in the dock.
Yes.
Right. Now, Bertha, will you tell His Honor and the jury, and you will remember to keep your voice up, won't you? Exactly what happened when he delivered the tumble dryer.
Well, I was in the kitchen after lunch washing up, and the bell went, and I remember thinking that must be the man from the electric sock because I wasn't expecting anyone else. So I went to the door, and there he was with the machine. And I says, you better come into the kitchen. There isn't much room there, but it's the best place there is. And he took the box off, and we plugged in. It seemed to go all right, and then he went.
Is that all that happened?
What?
You said he brought the machine into the kitchen, you plugged it in, and then he went.
Yes.
Didn't anything else happen?
You mean, did I give him the money?
Yes, Bertha.
Well, I had it right there, didn't I?
And did you
And
give it
Michael
to him?
knew how much they cost because
Yeah, well,
he'd
so
been
you had it
looking
in
ar-
cash?
Of course I did.
And did you give it to him?
Of course I did.
Did he give you a receipt?
No.
Did you ask for one?
Of course I did.
And what did he say?
He said he'd write the receipt while I got the money from the bedroom. I don't leave it lying around in the kitchen. So I went in the bedroom, I got the money, I come out and I give it to him. And I says, where's my receipt? He says it's on the table. And then he went. And that's the last I saw of him.
And was the receipt on the table?
No, it wasn't. The guarantee was, but not the receipt.
And you didn't see him again?
No. But the next thing that happened was the manager of the shop rang me up. I don't know his name. And he says, Mrs. Hennessy, when are you coming in to pay this money? It's strictly COD.
Yes, thank you, Bertha. Thank you.
Mrs. Hennessy, you said that when the tumble dryer arrived, he, the defendant, took the box off and plugged it in. Do you remember saying that?
Yes.
Was there a plug attached to the machine when it arrived?
No.
So where did the plug come from?
But I had a couple of spares, didn't I?
Ah, so you put it on while he was there?
I wouldn't know how.
You mean the defendant fitted on a plug for you?
Well, how was I to know it worked proper if it wasn't plugged in?
That was very kind of him, wasn't it?
Well, it's his job.
No, Mrs. Hennessy, it is not. He had other deliveries to make. It held him up, I suppose. So it was kind of him to wait and give you a hand, wasn't it?
I suppose so.
Yes. Now, you said you went into the bedroom for the money. How long were you in the bedroom?
How long?
Yes.
Oh, about a couple of minutes. Long enough for him to write a receipt, if that's what you mean.
So it wasn't just sitting there on the table?
Of course it wasn't sitting there on the table. I don't leave money like that lying around.
And very wise, too. It was quite a big sum, wasn't it? In cash. £77 and 45 pence. Where was it, Mrs. Hennessy?
I hid it. Where? Under the floorboards.
I'm afraid I must ask you to speak up, Mrs. Hennessy. I don't think anyone here is going to burgle you.
I hid it. Under the floorboards. But I keep it in a different place now.
Keep what, Mrs. Hennessy?
My money, of course.
This money? This £77, 45 pence?
What do you mean?
You never gave the defendant that money, did you?
Of course I did.
You came back into the kitchen and said you didn't have it, didn't you?
No!
And that you'd drop into the shop later and pay, didn't you?
No, that isn't true.
You're quite sure of that, Mrs. Hennessy?
Quite sure. What should I want to do a thing like that for?
Quite sure?
Quite sure.
I see. Mrs. Hennessy, do you own a dog?
A dog?
Yes, a dog.
No, of course not.
You're quite sure?
Quite sure.
You are saying there was no dog in your flat the day the defendant came with the tumble dryer?
No. Oh, well, there might have been.
Might have been.
Well, sometimes...
Sometimes what?
Sometimes I look after my son's dog when they're away, like, just for a day or two.
What sort of a dog is it, Mrs. Hennessy?
Well, I don't know much about dogs.
Big? This high? Small?
Small. Quite small. Oh, very small.
And it might have been there that day?
It might have been.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Hennessy.
Of course. Members of the jury, this may be a convenient moment for you to adjourn for lunch. There is one matter I have to deal with which does not concern you.
Call Albert Prenagast.
No, sir, it's definite this time. Now I should be finished in 10 minutes.
And the particulars of that offence are that on the 16th day of October 1979, you took a Volkswagen motor car, registration number TYR324S, for your own use without the consent of the owner thereof or other lawful authority. How say you, guilty or not guilty? How say you?
Guilty.
The second count charges you with handling stolen goods, contrary to Section 22 of the Theft Act 1968. And the particulars of that offence are that on the 16th day of October 1979, you dishonestly received stolen goods, namely one canteen of cutlery, one ormolu mantle clock, one string of pearls belonging to Harold Smethurst, knowing or believing the same to have been stolen. How say you, Albert Prenagast? Are you guilty or not guilty?
Well, it's like this, Your Honor. I didn't do it, but he says I've got to say I did.
Are we to understand that you wish to plead not guilty?
That's right.
To both charges?
Yeah.
So be it.
Your Honor, concerning the release of the witnesses...
I think not, Mr. Pratt. We have wasted enough time on this case already today, particularly that of police witnesses, whose time is especially valuable. I would prefer not to trouble them again tomorrow. 2 o'clock.
What was all that about? Why, he'll call it on this afternoon, after we finish.
Well, that's that.
Yep, that's the ball game. Well, it's different in America. They don't go in for all this stuff. They just shoot everyone.
Anyone got a 5p piece?
Russell,
Sir?
do you know what time it is?
Yes, sir, I do.
All over in 10 minutes, you said. That was an hour ago.
Yes, well, you know what it's like here at lunchtime, sir. Everyone trying to use the phone at once.
Well, where are you?
I'm at the dock brief.
Yeah, and what happened with Brewster?
You didn't delay the swoop, did you, sir?
What do you think?
Have they called in yet?
Well, hardly. They only left half an hour ago.
Sir, I am sorry.
But you were so certain you were going to be back, weren't you?
Yes, I was, honestly.
Oh, if they get there too late, I know to blame, won't I?
Sir, I did try to phone you, and when I did, you weren't there.
Yeah, all right. So what's happening?
He changed his mind again. Prenagast has been in and out of the dock all morning. His brief's going berserk.
So when will you be back?
What does it matter now?
Well, of course it bloody matters. I need you here, up to me neck. When will you be back?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, what do you mean you don't know? Prenagast's up now, isn't he?
No, the judge was so angry he's holding it back until Tony's case is finished.
Will that take long?
Well, it might.
Now, how long did Brewster go down for?
There's something wrong there, sir. I don't know. I don't think she's telling the truth. The old woman who says she's been robbed, there's something about her. I mean, she talks too much and about the wrong things.
Maggie.
Something might come out in the defense. I mean, if his brief knows what he's doing, which I doubt, and if that boy had Ryan defending him.
Ryan? Ryan? Who's Ryan?
What?
Maggie, have you been drinking?
No such luck.
Eh?
No, sir.
Now, look, if you're talking about Tony's case, forget it. I'm only interested in Brewster.
There's somebody wanting to use the phone. I'll be back as soon as I can, okay? Thank you. You saved my life.
So he says, well, you told the police all about it, didn't you? And she says, oh, yes, that's different. They're not people.
What did Russell say?
Oh, just that they'd all waited until the last possible moment because I was so sure I'd get there. And that if they arrived too late to pull off the rail, it'd be all my fault.
Did you tell him about Harry Brewster getting off again?
Didn't seem quite the moment.
Well, you'll have to tell him sometime, won't you?
Yes, Tony, I will.
Yeah, Maggie, I was telling them about my indecent assault. This will make you laugh. She won't tell him, you see, what the man did to her. Or what he said. So there's your bloke standing there, egg all over his face. No case to answer, right?
Right.
So then the judge wakes up and he leans forward and he says, can I be of any assistance? And your bloke says, oh, Your Honour, you bloody saved my life, or words to that effect. So the judge, he turns to the woman and he says, Madam, he says, did he say so-and-so? And did he do so-and-so? Now that's leading questions, isn't it? That's questions you're not supposed to ask.
We're not. Judges seem to get away with it.
Yeah.
Tony, how did she strike you when you interviewed her?
Who?
The old woman. Do you think she was telling the truth?
What old woman?
The one in Tony's case. What's worrying you, Maggie?
I don't know, but something is.
Woman's intuition?
Well, it takes one to know one, I suppose. Saba, what did you make of her?
Well, she wasn't shaken in cross-examination.
Oh, that man couldn't shake a carpet.
Well, everyone's nervous in court.
She was more than just nervous. She was frightened.
Tony, you interviewed her at home, didn't you?
Yeah, why?
Did she have a dog?
I don't remember one.
Did you go into every room?
Just the kitchen and living room.
So, there could have been one shot in the bedroom.
Well, it could have been.
Now, you aren't allowed dogs in most council flats, are you?
Oh, you mean if the council heard about it, she might have to get rid of it?
She's not to know we won't tell her.
Poor old girl.
Oh. Well.
So you put the plug on for her and you switched on the machine. Then what happened?
What? About the money, you mean?
About the money.
Well, she said she'd get it, and then she went out the room.
And what did you do?
Oh, I waited for her to come back.
Yes, but did you do anything while you were waiting?
Oh, you mean write a receipt?
Yes.
Well, I couldn't, could I?
Why not?
Oh, I couldn't find me pen. I must have left it at the last place. I was going to ask her for one when she came back.
And did you?
No.
Why not?
Well, because when she came back, she didn't have the money.
What did she say?
She made a mistake. She didn't have it after all, and she was going to call in at the shop and pay.
And did you accept that?
Oh, I had to, yeah.
Do you often do that? I mean, leave goods with customers when they haven't paid for them?
Well, no, I mean, It hasn't happened before. I mean, I didn't know. It was all unpacked and I put the plug on and we might have lost the sale if we'd have taken it back. I weren't sure what the boss would want.
Did you think to telephone him?
No, that never occurred to me. Anyway, she probably weren't on the phone. Yeah, and besides...
Besides what?
Well, there was this dog, see, in the kitchen while I was waiting.
While Mrs. Hennessy was out of the room?
Yeah.
What sort of a dog was it?
I don't know what they're called, do I?
A big dog?
Yeah, very big. It had black spots all over.
A Dalmatian?
Well, I don't know.
That's a very big dog.
Well, right, and it was a small room, see? And every time it moved, it knocked into me. It kept going for me.
You mean it was savage? Trying to attack you?
Well, I don't know about attack me. It just kept jumping at me, that's all.
Were you afraid of it?
Well, at first, yeah, a bit nervous. I mean, it was too big, right? To be kept up in a little room like that.
So you didn't want to hang around any longer than you had to?
No, I wanted to get out as soon as I could.
And did you?
Yeah.
Without the money?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Simon, that boy. He delivered to other houses that morning, didn't he?
That's right.
Council in Prenagast.
2 television sets, a dishwasher and a washing machine, right?
So?
Well, if he wanted to take the money, why not from one of those? They're far more valuable.
Well, maybe none of the other houses are just an old lady on her own.
Simon, have you seen Bertha Prenagast anywhere?
Try the pub.
It's closed.
Cafeteria, then?
I have.
Council in Prenagast.
Damn.
I know she's hiding something.
It's the dog, Maggie.
No, something else.
Cheer up. They might acquit him.
Council in Roberts. Jury's back.
After 10 minutes?
David Roberts. The jury has found you guilty of theft. It was a particularly mean, despicable crime. And I sentence you to 6 months' imprisonment. However, as you have no previous criminal record, I shall suspend that sentence for 2 years. That means that if you are guilty of no further offense during the next 2 years, that term of imprisonment will not be imposed. If, however, you are convicted of any offense which is punishable with imprisonment, this sentence will be considered at that time and may be added to any further term which the court may then impose. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Council in Prenagast.
Hey, what's the hurry?
I'd like a word with Mr. Wide-Bother Sharp.
You can't do that.
Simon, you could have got that boy off.
Professional etiquette, remember.
Oh, stuff professional etiquette. Mr. Sharp. Did you think that boy was guilty? That old woman, she was lying, wasn't she?
Yes.
Why?
Never know now, will we?
Couldn't you have got it out of her in cross-examination?
Got what out of her?
Well, that's your job, isn't it, to find out?
And put the jury on her side even more than they were.
Well, there must have been some way of finding out exactly.
We aren't private detectives, you know.
You might take the elementary trouble
You
to...
lot arrested him, remember?
Mrs. Sharp, we can all make mistakes.
Can I have that in writing?
Well, there must be something that we can do.
We?
I could have put a report into the DPP.
I thought you lot had better things to do.
You could appeal, couldn't you?
Against a suspended sentence.
Look, the boy's lost his job. What chance has he of getting another? And he's got form now, and you know what that means as well as I do.
Do you know how much an appeal costs?
Well, isn't it worth it?
For £77.45.
Well, bloody believe it.
Believe what?
But Prenagast's gone home.
Oh, he put up a good story.
Oh, they got him on the phone, then?
Johnson did. As he didn't understand, you see, what the judge meant about calling it on this afternoon. So he thought he'd go home, get in a bit of gardening, seeing as how it was such a lovely day.
Is it?
He'll be here tomorrow.
10:30 on the dot. Word of honour.
That goes for me too, then.
Yes, at least that'll keep you out of Russell's way.
You coming, Maggie?
I won't be sick, Dad.
Indecent assault all over.
Yeah. It's his wife I feel sorry for.
Found him guilty, then?
Yeah. You know, one moment I was enjoying court when the bloke's been swearing blue in the face all through he didn't do it, and they find him guilty, and then he's had 47 previous convictions. And then all the faces of the jury light up, because they know then that they was right.
But not this time.
First time he'd ever done it.
Or got caught. How long did he get?
15 months. I mean, what did you tell the kids? You won't be seeing your dad for a bit. He's in quad for touching up a woman in a pub.
Well, he shouldn't have done it in the first place, should he?
Well, it wasn't the wife's fault, was it?
Might have been. Maybe she didn't give him what he wanted all those years.
Oh, well, I don't know about you lot, but I've got better things to do. Come on, Maggie.
Yes, I better get back to the station. I can't put it off any longer.
Maggie too. What's old Bertha doing in these parts?
Bertha?
Yeah. You haven't caught up with her at last, have you? Yeah, I must go and say hello.
You know her, Dad.
Know her? Oh, we all knew her in the market. She used to live near there till she got rehoused. Aladdin's Cave, we called her place.
Why?
Well, she had this little trick, you see. She'd go into a shop, furniture, electrical, anything she fancied, different store each time, and order something COD. And then, when it was delivered, surprise, surprise, she hadn't got any cash. So she'd pay later.
And did she?
Come off it. Me? Oh, I gave the money to the lad that brought it.
Well, it's one way to fight inflation.
And she got away with it?
It's not worth their time taking it to court, is it? The store managers. They'd just write it off as a bad debt and sack the delivery boy.
Oh, my God, how often has this happened?
You haven't really caught up with her, have you?
No, but we're going to. I'm sorry, Dad. I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to accompany me to the station.
Yeah, wait a
to
minute.
assist us in our inquiries.
Yeah, but I like her. Look, you can't call it stealing, Manny. She wouldn't hurt the fly. She's never done no one no harm.
Well, she has now. Didn't you notice all that stuff in her place?
Well, it's all right to talk when you know all about it.
You've got eyes in your head, haven't you?
Well, how was I to know? Anyway, she said that son of hers was always giving her things.
Son? She hadn't got a son, not old Bertha. They never had no kids. Just a blooming great spotted dog.